I'm now waiting for the people to call. Probably going to get me a job, which will be quite difficult because nobody employ me, because people around here know that I'm actually 72 and not 30, so they won't employ me. But I think I was working in a local electronics shop where I'm quite friendly with everybody. He won't take me, he knows it all the time. And he wonders what's gone wrong. And I've been in there, and the young man working there who's perfectly capable of it, and I'm not, so it's some time. So, there he gets me. So, it's just either they accept that I'm 72 to get my pension back, or I work at home as a social security. That's all I can do. And it is a business startup, but you do get grants for a while. But I think so. That's what's all. And if they really bring Brian back to life, if he's under tranquilizers, as he is, no, he can work there as well. But we can make them. And, whether we sell it, if they work, we'll sell them. And they could be quite valuable. They're capable of producing at least 20 kilowatts. And that was a district fascination for us. Home supply could be made a 2 kilowatt one, could be made as well. I'm now going to put another transistor. The digital oscillator doesn't work. I think it's the chip, the LM741 is actually broken by static. I might have to wait for it's due on the 3rd of November from China. And China is due advice from China, quite luckily. They probably know more about static than they do about it. I think it's hopefully didn't dry it up intentionally, but I'm putting another transistor. It's an emission follower transistor, and it's a power transistor. It's a double emission follower. It's called a darlington pair, and it's a single chip, and it's a power transistor. So that should drive this medium transistor. That drives the main power transistor. You need at least an amplifier to drive the main transistor. These are followers. The one that drives that is 500 amps. So there's two transistors in the intermediate train now, and it's all set up. It is actually capacity coupled, and so it shouldn't be any trouble. Actually, so it's a direct drive from the first transistor, same transistor. So I've got a double emission follower. It doesn't actually need that. I've got another transistor routine. So there's another transistor driving the follower, but since the oscillator anyway. So there's the circuit, which is there's the verifier there. So you've got him. He's over there. This is medium verifier here, which is a normal BBD something, and this heatsink is glued on, which you can buy these heatsinks quite cheaply, and gluing on is better than bolting on it with micro washers and things. Because this insulating. Now I've got to connect this connection here, which goes from the other power transistor, the other transistor. So that goes into the emitter, to the base of that one, and the emitter of that one is connected to this circuit here. So essentially, that's right. Essentially, yeah, that's right. That's the emitter of that one. So the emitter of that, sorry. That goes to the earth. That's right. That's the earth. That goes to there. That's wrong. This goes to earth. That's right. And this circuit here, this one, yeah, this is from the emitter of battery emitter of that one that goes into the base of that. That's right. So it's just changing those circuits over. So I've got to now just got to discover which is the base of the transistor. And to do that, I have to look it up again because I have to look up the number of it because it's a lapsing transistor, and lapsing people not give certification. You have to look it up. What does it say? I've got all the circuits. This LM74CN is the chip of that. That's only one pound and a half. It's broken up, and that's gone. So this is So the next stage is to download that. So download the circuit again. Because I sort of things away, which I've done the use of what keeping them. So it's cheap enough to download. The transistor is a VD232, that is, and there's 3 prongs on it, and where is it? Somewhere there. 1, 2, 3. It says 1, 2, 3, but it doesn't say which is pin 1 and which is pin 2. That is, pin 1 is the one on the right, pin 2 is the one in the middle, and pin 3 is the one on the left. Pin 3 is the emitter, and pin 1 is the base, and pin 2 is the collector. Interesting. So it's a funny reaction. Usually, it's not the usual sort of something like this. It's always, I remember when I did it when I used to use them. So I've got a technique swile here. I think I might be blind actually. That's right. I don't that's going to wire here. This is from the you decide which is the base. And that goes. That's right. That's wrong. Do that. That's right. So I always do that. So I'm not very good, you see. Like most 70-year-olds, a bit wobbly. And I don't think that is it why I think I'm 40 out of Americans. The drugs are quite stupid anyway. And so I can't actually find it all wrong. It's all rubbish, what they do is all rubbish. I don't understand it. What they're trying to do, I don't know. Somebody has decided to sue me to say I'm 40. Which is not true. And first because they use court orders, there's so much I can do about it. I think if I mask somebody, that's a pretty innocent person, so not as you go underneath. Typically innocent person now. So the that's difficult to tell which round to go around it is. There's nothing on this side. It's going to say which round it is, isn't it? It doesn't say which round it is. That's interesting. So it's just no writing on this side. That is right, yes, that's the front. That's the front. You see it in there. It's writing on it. It's writing on it there. To read it. Be a job. I don't know where to get the idea from it. The Christians think people should work to a drop, which is right, and it's a string. Okay. So that's the that's around it. I do it around it. This is all in one size thicker than the other. And presumably, the big one's a collector. Actually, seems to be solid going across from collector. Clean that out. Don't use screwdrivers to clean that out. And first, one thing about it, I know who it is, but it's very cruel. He's just attacking me. Just a nasty bit of work. And I've done it before, you know, because when I was 12 or like that, this kept saying I was 20. And that's what I don't really understand the ideas. The idea is to brainwash me to believe that there is a I don't want the ideas. And that's it. It kind of let that retire, so I don't understand it. Now, I could have enjoyed myself for a retire, but poisoned me and they put me in prison. God knows why do they hate me? I've not done anything. And they're not. It's just I've said things they don't like. And it was a trumped-up charge against me. It's rather unpleasant. And they obviously defeated me, but basically they're nasty people. Nasty people, and there's no reason for their attack, because I'm innocent, and they know it. And they commit crimes and blame me for it. And they're actually seem to be protecting their own interests, really. So they're protecting their incomes. Because if Christianity isn't true, the whole system will collapse. They say if Christianity collapses, you know, the people won't get work, somebody will work. what's happening anyway. Because they need the money. You see stuff with solder, it ruins it. It goes everywhere. And solder is very difficult. This is where you ruin a circuit by putting solder on, because you have to get solder off. And I can't see what I'm doing anyway, so it's difficult. Until we get a job in powerhouse, which is a local electronic shop, and of course that's the end of that. I'm sure there you go, a cross fence at Worcester was 7 places of a joke. I could be out working for the Apple Brush, I suppose. That's what that was my brother. I don't understand. I don't understand. I hate to think there were 70 who were. I think it well. In Argentina, they got the result. The result was the revolution that was the communists. It didn't work like that. That was a devil. They said it was. I don't want anything new. I don't like it. This isn't new. No, they don't want these things because they destabilise the economy. You see, when we walk in the street, they attack you because they had to work. You know, I'm going to do it. It might be the government. The government might think, let's get everybody to work. Let's walk in the streets through the day to work and be wonderful. That's right. If they can work, we don't know. So that's the collector. As I say, there's nothing on the transistor that says which is the base, but the base is the base number 1, which is right hand side. That probably is that one. There's no way of telling. There's nothing on it that says what it is. Could be the base, which is copyright actually. So we'll put that on the base. That's what I think is the base. Is it right answer? Right answer. Base. Right answer. I mean, the man doesn't do any fresh stuff. You found us, so just sell boxes, and of course the people do it. People have always done it, and then anything else. And, they always. I don't understand it, People don't like me. And, their theory is if you like, you have money, and it's well, it might be true, but they don't know. People are very no freedom allowed. And the idea, well, there's a paper written by somebody about poverty in old age, so you went to work, and that prevents it, apparently, but apparently not, because I understand why they're visualising it. It's their theory, and the psychiatrists and doctors with theories, they experiment on people, don't let people predict their own decisions. See? And I was 56 when I retired. And a man looked at it like 30, something like that. But I think it's possibly, I may have had a heart attack because the man gave me an antipsychotic. It could have been antipsychotic, of course, like process. And it was sold for one. The boss was a bully. And actually, if you're happy at work, you can stay. If you're not, you go somewhere else. And it's because of my health, it's very difficult to work. And apart from which is a scar on my face, but it's very difficult to get work anywhere. That's the right hand. Right hand is just that sort of face. I'm going to turn it over once, so turn it over, make sure I do it right one. And you see, they don't care much. They don't care about people at all. Just don't care. And they must be paid to get people to work. I understand it. Dr. Cunningham at the guitar, and I really don't understand what's going on. And she was, she thought she was brain damaging. This is a medical textbook, you know. So no, she was brain damaging. Unfortunately, my mother was having an interest as a queen, but she was delivered straight away. Well, I got to democracy, America. America is essentially a republic, and though they're not socialist, it's they are really socialist because they don't have a queen. And so it was a lot of the communists was the same system. And the people in England don't think what Europeans do. And so they're sabotaging Europe because somebody thinks it's dangerous. Europe is dangerous to work with. Britain's a thorn in the side of Europe, that's been for a long time. And of course, all Catholics over there, which is difficult because I think the Catholics do accept the possibility of aliens. Unfortunately, that actually means that they say, well, we are the Jews, we all aliens, that sort of stuff. That's jeering. And jeering is not nice. Jeering is not nice. That goes to this, so this one goes to the back of the other side as well. I don't know why. And so we can't reason with them. They say the Pope is infallible. In South America we had the Inca, who was also thought to be infallible. That resulted in the destruction of their civilization. But they met something he couldn't go with, and the same with the Pope. He's just a man. He does have a committee working for him. And their idea, you pray, you get the idea of it, it becomes your doctrine. And when they murdered him in the hospitals, they had prayers. To make sure it's right, and apparently when they murdered Maya, who was a very well qualified, intelligent person, and people believed in her because she had got good person and so on, but they had to murder her because what she said went against what the Pope said also, and they murdered her by took her brain. And to me that's insane because she could have made a real contribution, but they don't want that. They just want search. Now, the way I've got this connected, I've got the emitter of this going straight onto the detector of that. Okay, so it goes on to the detector. So that goes onto this circuit here. That actually goes onto a capacitor. Our capacitor needs a resistor. There is a resistor that side. Goes on there. There's a resistor that side on there. That needs a resistor. Capacitors just can't be connected like that. You have to have a resistor out, a capacitor out of a resistor. And in the concerning arm, there's a resistor across it. To stop it, to stop it charging up. Otherwise, it charges up against the diode with so that is a resistor in there. And a resistor. There's a time constant, a time constant. And that's wrong. So this has to be modified. And that's a capacitor. And that capacitor connects to this thing here. So there's only a resistor in between. It needs a resistor mode. But the resistor can be there, or there, so you can have it there. And so I'll put the resistor. I don't have a resistor. I'll put a resistor here. Sure, that's right. So that will take that out. So it needs a load resistor, so it can be on this one. Or it can be on this one. It has to be across the I think on the original circuit there was a 470. So actually, I'll do a bit of it. When we reverse it with Brian, he knew what he's doing. And he knew that circuit's much better than me. And actually, the doctors don't understand that. Don't understand originality. And work it out for yourself. I do that. And most people, because they have to definitions, people design things. But it's our science, people design things, people build things. And well, amateurs are all of it. And I've got to be an amateur. You've got like these people. Well, an amateur solves all the problems, and the professionals are not. The professionals sit there everything. What's that? It's don't like, that's why I don't like them. They think they know. All they will see is insult. What he's doing is insult. I'm reasoning. And I'm sorry, that's wrong. But and they don't understand that. Psychiatrists don't understand. They can't see it. They don't. The normal idea is you learn things from the previous generation. And so, well, I've taught children, and I've taught Kosovo. I think I do what I did to her. Pretty knows that. So I met all my friends. And I don't understand they usually they think who goes to church know the truth because they get Christian instruction. And that's what it means. I really don't understand that. And in this country, the Christian churches are actually Norman castles. And so they turn their castles into churches, which is perhaps a good idea, but well, that isn't bad. And I understand that a man who gets married has to go to the Normans and ask for his wife. The wife gets kidnapped, and he has to ask for her back. Well, that could mean that could result in the murder of the Saxons, or the so-called Saxons. And the Normans are criminals, but I shouldn't do that. And well, I don't play those games. If I get married and they take it away and murder, they murder. I'm not interested because what they do, you see, is to set you a challenge, or if you fail, you get killed. And well, if they don't like you, you have to throw allegiance to the psychopath in power. That's what it is. Allegiance. And I'm not going to do that. So I believe that. So I told them, the idea is to sleep for somebody and forget about it. And they go. And they survive. And it's a child that survives because they don't know where the child is. They don't know. They can't attack them. Because children and people who are distant are murdered to stop that distance going on. I'm not a distant actually, but I don't like it. I don't like it's just at all. And as I say, it's beyond me. Maybe if we go to darlington, I don't take part. It's something like. So go to the gate, pick up one. I know which gate. Because I get it from the person themselves. I don't know. Could be a trap to get the bush. And that's what they want. So the person is saying, I know the person is going to see me. As I say, I don't know who she wants to see. He said, well, I don't know, maybe it's Barbara Oscar. As far as I'm concerned, she's number one to do with me. See, Barbara Oscar that they had, actually somebody else, but they merged her much of the brain in some way. Trained her to behave fairly normally, but because the brain stem, she's normal. And she may think some but I've seen a Barbara Oscar, they looked at, and she just danced down on, and it's a sexy act, I'll do anything you say. So, well, it might be very sexy for some people. It's treated as a crime. And something else. So obviously don't they laugh at it. It's chuckle, what they've done to her. But basically it's not unpleasant. And they murdered her, because she's no longer there. She's just a robot. A robot is a man who's brain damaged. They have mechanical robots as well. The Pope doesn't want those, he wants people robots. Their idea is, why use a machine when you can use a person? Because a person is sort of cleaning himself, but of course that's never any injury. They haven't got time. It's appalling. The socialists want machines to take over, people to be free. They don't want that. They want to be freedom. I want people free from that. And Uncle Arthur was murdered from what he said that they'd gone to the fit by the gas chamber. That of course not unpleasant. And the Dormers are something, I say. They talk about the vanquished foe. Well, I'm not their foe. That goes the other direction. The collector, no. So that's the output of that all connects up. So that's all connects up. Now the next thing I have to do is to connect the load resistor on the so it connects to this. That's broken. I'm not using that one broken. So for usage, that's had it messed about so many times. Why broken? That's cool. I've got some more resistors here, but they have to be fed up. I've got 10 watt, 1K. And I've got 10 watt, 10 ohms. And what's the impedance of the transistor? It's probably quite high. It takes 1 ohm. At least, I think it's 1 amp at about 12 or 5 watts or something. I can't do that. I don't do that. That's that. And I'll try that resistor later when I get my order resistor now. And I really don't. They say that I'm master criminal. Not true. He portrayed himself as a master criminal. Basically, he just made it up. He's clever. I don't need to contain myself because I didn't know that. The way around hard to get back. The person who's making the speeches is a robot. He's been brain damaged and trained to make speeches. And he's very clever. It's a very clever speech, but he didn't do it. He's just really not what he's been trained to do. Around doesn't matter. I've been attacked by a number of people, and they don't want people to be original thinkers themselves. They want robots. They want this system they set up, where the aristocrats, the top people, the people who inherit, the kingdom, right, where they actually invade us and conquer us. They're criminals, really, just invade us, and we don't want them. But nobody does what the invading says. But it's one of those things. You've got this system, winner takes all system, and I've no idea that there was any adversarial system going on. I was just happily going on, and sometimes I get attacked. And it's part of my fault, but it's just, they say they defeated me, but they have. And they only won anything. They haven't benefited from it at all. They're just criminals, and it'll probably lead to another war. And they're quite happy to have wars, so they like wars. They like because they make money out of it, get money out of war, don't they? That's what I told me. The psychopaths, named Mr. Essex, who was a descendant of Oliver Essex, who was put in place by the king when the Normans took over. He was given the territory of Essex and called Essex. They called him Essex for that reason. Because that's he's now called Mr. Essex. In fact, I don't know what his rank is, but that's so great. And so that's how pleasant Britain is, a round, pleasant place. With inherited titles, and you can't get rid of them actually. That's just can't get that keeps. And any challenge is immediately met by violence. There's no reason, no point. They're in charge, and they rule by force. There's no democracy in Britain. It's always force. Force is always this. And they don't like people independent march working, so they chop it out. And they destroy the organ of reason itself. And it could be done to me, and I wouldn't know what happened, so it wouldn't hurt me, but it's not very nice. And they're not nice people, they're psychopaths. And there's not much I can do about it. And so good. They say my job was fine control, so maybe they won't do it, but they won't get rid of me. And that's what it is to. Now I'm going to get this here thing soldered on. And I can't solder on a wire. There's various resistors of broken ends. So it's broken in. And it's difficult because the edge is broken off. It can be soldered on too, but it's not very good. It's fine anyway. I can't afford a new one. So that's the bit what's working out difficulties. You run out of money and so you stop. You have to stop. These resistors only cost about 80 pence, but if you haven't got anything on at all. And if you go to work, you don't have to do the work. You can't work. You have to go to work. You have to do some boring job for money, which they laugh. That's how we do it. We do it. We go to work. They don't want people being free. They want freedom. In America, people are free. And I really love it. And Scientology has been turned from a freedom organisation to a money organisation by British Liberty infiltrated And that's what anybody stood in his way, chopped their brains out. And they went in and murdered people by knifing them in the head. And well, that's the end of it. So that's how they attack. Brutal killers, actually. Brutal killers, if you like. And there's nothing we can do. And they're too clever for us. And they think they're superior. And they are, of course, superior, but they're criminals. They're murderers, that's all. They don't want any freedom. And I can't do anything, so the only thing to do is to murder them all. And they usually go to church today, about now, so now's the time to attack them, to murder them all, because they're Christians. And these Anglican Christians, mostly Christians, they say they are. They say they're put by God to rule the world, so they're at church now, this is the time to kill them. And I'm not going to do anything. They'll come and kill me anyway, so I think they come about 11 o'clock, so that's after the service. They come and kill after the service, so kill them in the service. I'm not doing anything. Christians and the Normans are just psychopathic killers, that's all, and violent criminals. So they taught us to meet violence with violence because they don't listen to reason, and they push in my face and so on. Vicious people, horrible people. They say there's no. They say they probably won't damage my brain because they want to use it, you know. So they want me to work for them, which is what they want to do. And they want to invade Europe and take over. Well, Europeans don't want that. They want the pound to do the currency, all sorts of stuff like that. Well, that's what it is. Where Britain rules, it's pound, and in Europe it's euro. Well, they don't like euros, and it's pure patriotism. There's no reason for it. Euro's perfectly good, and European life is much nicer, really, in some ways. But things are going wrong in Europe, you know. Got the Nazis back, and even in France, you've got the Nazis. And well, I don't know. They believe in gassing people and giving people who can't look after themselves lethal injections. This country, they just make them stupid, so they look after them. But you know, in some ways it's more peaceful here, but you know, it's a price at a price. And Nazi countries, which we don't want, we want a democracy, and like America, which is quite pleasant, they don't. Well, they know what they're doing, and you know, Christians, people who are very ill. You know, this country, they take sick people to church. And the idea is to get God to kill them, but he doesn't. They just die. And if they die, you know, they just finish them off, throw them out. And so God didn't kill them; they sinned. That's the sort of thing they think illness is not a sin. Illness is something totally different. It's not sin at all. Sin actually means illness in the Latin word, I think, but it's a consequence of crime. But it's not usually. It can be, but it's not. They're villains, really. People in power are villains, criminals. The villain actually means the working class, the way the language works, because the villains were actually villagers, and they didn't like the Normans, so they harried them and murdered them and stole them probably from. That's called the language. And they never got rid of them. They're too powerful. They're bullies, really. Bullies with guns and knives, that's all. And we're not allowed to have knives. Wonderful, let's make it peaceful. Right? The result, we can't fight back. No, I'm not going to. It's too dangerous. But I'm an old man, can't walk, and they want me to fight them probably, but I can't. And there's a champion, which I suppose was squires. Well, you know, he just knifed me in the chest, so I'm still here. So according to the terms of the duel, I'm still here, so therefore I won. But the terms of the duel was that he would try to kill me, well, by some means, and I would survive. If I survived, I'd won. I didn't need killing him. I was no intention of fighting back. That was the point. And but he claims he won because he got his knife in, but basically I'm still there. So I'm still alive, so I won. And they have a record to say I died some time ago, something else actually. When I had the angioplasty some time ago, I died about them. And that's what I said, but I'm still here, so I know what's happened. Being a space alien is actually different. And because that's the problem, so I don't know what happened because I'd have no recollection of dying. And people don't, if they die, don't die well. I don't know. So they're just idiots, really. Bullies, thugs, bullies with bullets and guns, that's all the aristocrats are. And they mostly worship in Norman churches, Anglicans. And of course, the other free churches are run by the Normans themselves, and their supporters, actually, called in the communist section lackeys. And they don't like it. The Americans. Well, it's supposed to be God's country, but most people in America don't actually believe it. It's a problem. So, it works out, really. So, most people actually instinctively believe what the Muslims believe. And quite without instruction they go to that stuff, because they read the instruction, the data, so their minds come up with that conclusion. But the Christians don't like it because they make money out of people's fear of death. That's what it is. It's awful. The whole thing's rigged. It's an awful civilization. Well, hopefully it'll end one day. But probably not in my lifetime, but it could go on for another 1,000 years. They've prepared for another 1,000 years of hell. And, that's what it is.